All right, well, welcome back. We are still here at Educause 2024 in San Antonio, Texas. We are super excited to have our next guest. I'm Jeff Martinez from Rackspace Technology. We're at booth 4067, where the public sector team from Rackspace is kind of sharing and connecting and talking about new ideas back there with some customers. But right here, right now, I have the distinct pleasure of meeting and chatting with one of my favorites here in San Antonio, Dr. Vanessa Kenon. Right, Dr. Kenon is from UTSA. She is the Associate Vice President of Technology, Compliance, and Community Engagement.
That's correct.
Yes, that's a lot. That's a lot going on there.
It is a full service portfolio.
Yes, I'll tell you, I'm always looking forward to having a chat with you. So I really appreciate your time. I know how busy you are. And Educause, right?
Yes.
Educause. There's so much going on here. So what's been your experience here at the conference so far? What are the favorite things that you've seen?
Well, the nice thing is having it here in San Antonio this year. So Educause has not been in Texas at all for 40 years.
Wow.
So when they reached out and said, hey, Vanessa, would you chair the Educause 2024 for us? I was like, are you kidding? Of course I'm going to say yes. So I've been the program committee chair, and it has been absolutely amazing. What I have loved is the space. We're not cluttered together. Our partners have a place to talk to customers, meet with people, meet with the professionals, discuss new ideas, new technology, and really get a chance to expand on things. And having Brene Brown here, so that was fantastic.
Yes.
She really kicked this off very well to what we're doing.
Session.
It was
awesome.
great.
Yeah. You know, San Antonio is we're not a stranger to hosting large events, whether they're sporting events or something like this in a conference at the conference center here. San Antonio is always good and always up for that challenge, right?
You bet. And the nice thing is, we have last year at Educause in Chicago, we had folks from 20 different countries. This year, we have people from 40 different countries.
Wow.
So that has been amazing to meet 40 different countries. So far, I've met people from Canada, France, Belgium, Africa. It's been a lot of fun to meet folks from the different countries. And also, I just heard today, 40% of the participants this year are first timers. That is amazing. It tells us, and a lot of the people I'm talking to, because they'll stop me along the way, they've seen me on stage, they'll stop me and say, hey, thank you so much. This conference has been amazing. Here's the good side of that. The good side is we're preparing some of the folks who are coming through the pipeline to actually have this experience. It's not just a CIO experience. It's just not just a C-suite experience. We have folks that are at the next levels who are having a chance, who have never been to Educause before, to get a chance to say, hey, this is what I want to do. Building that pipeline of IT executives to come for the future.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome and amazing. So two things I heard. One, Educause has got some traction and people are starting to understand the value of Educause.
Yes.
Two, people want to come to San Antonio.
That too, definitely.
Yes, but Educause, tell me about the mission at Educause. Tell me about the things that are most important and critical to you as a professional in the higher education category. What's Educause mean to you?
Oh my goodness, a wonderful opportunity to network with professionals from all the different places. You get a chance, you start talking to people, you meet folks, you have sessions. We had a brain date the other day where you actually meet with other people who have a similar interest, meeting with folks from North Carolina who are also working on their esports program. They just got this huge grant from their state government. And we're like, oh, we'd like to have some money like that to be able to do that. Meeting with folks from Texas State who already have a esports arena up. Those type of things, getting a chance to talk to people about the things they're doing. Data and how they're using data and how they're planning to use data. I sat and did a podcast earlier today with a gentleman from UCLA who's going in and just completely changing everything they're doing with the use of data and technology out there.
Wow.
So having a chance, and I've known Joe Wade for a while, we serve on another national board together. And so having a chance to see that he's moved from one school to another school and what he's planning on doing there and looking at the ideas, making those connections, saying, hey to Joe, standing there in the audience was our deputy CIO for UT System. You need to talk to William. These are some great ideas. You guys, he's got some great ideas. Getting that networking and then getting our partners like you guys. Rackspace has been an amazing partner for our Bold Careers program and for UTSA.
Thank you.
Going many, many years back. So we're excited about all of the new things we're doing together.
Wow, it sounds like building a community
Exactly. That's what it is. It always say it takes a village. And that's one of those big things. It definitely takes a village. And we could not do a event like this. We could not do the things we're doing at UTSA that we're doing without partners like Rackspace. And so even when you guys come on campus and you do the lunch and learns for our professionals, we have people from HR to IT to engineering to information systems to cybersecurity. Everybody's at the table. And the students are such a vital part of it. And what you guys do for our students is just amazing. So
I really appreciate that. I'll be honest with you, we are honored to be part of the UTSA community and really investing into what's most important at UTSA is the students.
That's right.
Right? And so giving them the experience here in San Antonio, local to where Rackspace, where UTSA sits and breathes, and we have our roots here, right? And so investing in that and investing in each other's success really is the most important thing for Rackspace. And so we are privileged and honored to be a part of that. So thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And we appreciate it. From the time we started our first cloud computing program, you guys were there. So just amazing.
Oh yeah, I remember. So listen, when I think about Educause and I think about this year, 2024, what I've really been kind of focusing on and I love is that Educause has this theme of, resiliency, institutional resiliency. So this umbrella, if you will, of institutional resiliency in really categorizing those into three dimensions. So mission resilience, operational and financial. And then Educause then took it one step further and listed the top 10 of the things that really resonate to what technology, data, and the workforce and how that is going to advance those three dimensions of operational, mission, and financial resiliency. So they really thought through the process here and really kind of allowed us to focus on, okay, that makes sense, and there's so many things that resonate. So if we could have a thought leadership conversation, about some of those things, I would really like to hear your share and your thoughts around some of those top 10 items, if you will. Are you okay with that?
Oh, of course. So when we talk about staffing and resiliency and financial, a lot of our IT departments don't have a lot of money. So what I love that Educause has done is it has served as a think tank for many of the higher education institutions. There's been groups like, I'm going to use Akuda, which was a telecom group that was around many, many years ago. So Akuda was there, and then all of a sudden, that group did not have the finances to go on. So I'll never forget, it was 2019 in Chicago, when they knew that group was going to go away. We had about 200 people in the room. Educause says, why don't you guys come under our umbrella as a community group? That group still exists because of Educause, because you're looking at, once again, you're talking about resiliency. What are some of the ways that you can keep groups together, keep organizations together, keep the messaging going together? This is telecom for universities throughout the United States. So as a part of that, and this was wonderful where we could partner as well at UTSA. We, at our School of Data Science this week, we had somewhere between 40 to 60 people in that telecom group to meet that were coming here for Educause. But there were another 200 online that participated. So we opened our facilities and said, hey, we'll sponsor you through our Bold Careers program. We had our Bold Careers staff and students there to help out, because when we sponsor a group, we've got to have people there. I was over here. Those students, think about the experience they had to sponsor an 8 to 4 o'clock campus and have that done. And allow those people to come in and have their part of it. Because if you think about it, to be able to rent out space in one of the hotels, one of the other places, that's how you have to think smart. And Educause made all of that happen. So those are the type of things that we look at, hey, there are some ways that we can do this. Also looking at the fiscally responsible part of dealing with our vendor partners. You guys are our partners. There's a group, there's a community interest group here. I didn't know until quite a few years ago, and actually I took one of your Rackspace staff in with me. It was the funniest thing. We walk into this room and there's like 200 different universities there. I mean, there's some, who else? There was some government partners there too, because we sat at the table with the Air Force. And I remember your staff member telling me, oh my gosh, this is somebody I've been wanting to talk to for the longest time. So we left, we get in this room, and she's a vendor partner in the room with all of these universities. And she got a chance to hear the opposite side. here are the things, and these are the people who do the vendor management
Right.
for all of these institutions. So she's in this room and she's getting a chance to hear. I was like, you've got it good. You're getting to hear the things that you should never, ever do.
Right.
And so that's another thing that Educause pulls together. And then if there's things that don't work well, then we work as a group to say, hey, let's work with that vendor partner to make sure they understand that, wait a minute, this is going in the opposite direction. We want to be a continuous family member partner with you, so let's turn this ship around.
Yes.
And so she had an opportunity to actually sit through that and listen to that process.
Well, I love that. And so, to your point, it takes a village.
Yes,
right?
it does.
It takes a village. And so, so just on partnerships, when your staff, your team starts to think about partnering, whether it's with another department within UTSA or maybe a partner vendor like Rackspace, what are the key elements that you're really looking for as a leader when you think about, hey, we're thinking about this emerging technology, we're thinking about creating this program, we're thinking about these internships. What are the key elements in partnership that are important to you?
That is a great question. Number one would be sustainability. Credibility is another one. We definitely want to partner with a company. We look at who they are. We definitely want to partner with a company that is credible. We're not going to partner with everyone. And then we reach out to that person. We ask them, like we do with you guys, who else are you working with?
Right.
Who else in the village are you working with? Are you partnering with? We look to see how that aligns with the work that we're doing with our strategic roadmap as well. What are we looking at doing? Are we wasting our time and your time as a partner, or is there ways that we really can do things together?
I love that.
So when we were able to get together with you guys and some of the other partners that you guys work with as well, AWS, Dell, and some of the others,
Right.
then we know there's a good strategic alignment there.
Yes.
And we
I
know
love
that partnership is going to be there for a while. It's
Yeah.
not something that'll be there for a year, 2 years, and all of a sudden they're gone. We don't hear from them. And we had a great discussion. This is such a good question. Educause started something new this year, and it is a partnership group. So they're going to do it every year now, where they bring together university partners and partners from our vendor partners. And then we start to talk about how we can make collaboration better. So,
wow.
yes, that's brand new this
Wow.
year. And I was invited to be a part of that. So I spent the first day, Monday, from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock with that group. And I mean a diverse group of universities, different partner vendors. And so that is going to expand as well. And it's going to be a place where we can all talk to each other and look for places where, hey, where can we be more fiscally responsible? Where can we do things to help each other?
Right.
Even in talking to some of the universities here and the folks at Internet 2 last night, I went to their event. We start talking about, why do we not have Eduroam here? And there's some other things. All of that goes back to Educause. And we say, hey, they've got a good point here. We can save money on this. We can find different ways to partner and work with all of these different groups. So those
love
are the
that.
type of things that we're looking for. That
No, that's great.
sustainability and, of course, integrity is another thing. Companies that are of integrity. We don't just partner with you guys without looking, okay, what have they been doing? How have they been serving their clients? Are there bad things out there about them as to how they're dealing with their clients? And so that's the kind of things that we look for.
No, that's great. I appreciate that share. I mean, for us at Rackspace, we, as you know,
Yes.
we are invested in building genuine relationships. So the relationship is important. Earning the trust, and earning that trust by taking time to listen and better understanding your critical mission.
Yes.
Right? And so when we do that, it allows for a conversation around how can we work together, not do for, but do with.
Exactly.
And how do we work together to create a solution that would benefit a project, an initiative, a strategic milestone that you're trying to make or trying to hit, and doing that together with your input. One of the things that we've realized at Rackspace is that, institutions and the leadership, the faculty, they have a lot of expertise. And
yes,
they're doing a lot of great things out there, right? But sometimes they just need a little bit of an accelerator.
Exactly.
Or they need a partner to walk with them down the journey that they're traveling. So every institution is different. Every public sector customer is different. And for us, it's an opportunity to listen and learn and then work together to figure that out. And so that's been our approach. And I'm really happy that's worked out for us at UTSA and Rackspace.
It has been amazing. And our professors come up with things. They're researching, and their research is just outstanding. We had a large number of Department of Defense contractors. Once again, our Bold Careers program that you guys support put on, and we were able to do this with AFWorks, with the Air Force. So we had 150 defense contractors from across the country. I was thinking, we're Military City, USA. These people are all coming here from San Antonio.
Right.
And then somebody put up a roadmap and they asked, how many of you are here from San Antonio? And only 5 hands went up. And I was absolutely shocked how many of those contractors had come in. We sponsored that program. We had our part by Rackspace things all over the place. We had one of the generals here at Port San Antonio to come in and kick it off with me. And it was just amazing to see, wow, what kind of partnerships can be done here in this city, in this community, but also at the next level. Our students presented, our professors presented. They had folks to fly in from MIT, professors from there, and their students presented. And to see that kind of collaboration happen and what we were able to take from that. So now we have those regular partnerships, regular meetings. We actually have students in our Bold Careers programs that are working with one of those Department of Defense contractors, and we have several more that have reached out to say, hey, how can we work together with you guys? So
that's great.
This is what having the kind of partnerships and the support we have received from you guys. I want to also add, just before we started to work with you all as partners, I had people across the campus to ask, who do you know at Rackspace? You know people at Rackspace? Are you kidding? We don't have those contacts. Who do you know at Rackspace? So I thought that was interesting. So the lunch and learns that you guys put on to come in and talk to us about what you're doing with artificial intelligence, what your roadmap is too as well, and where you guys are going, that's a big help to us as well, because this is where our playbook, this is where we're doing information systems, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence. We have people that are doing that research. So it is a perfect combination and a perfect partnership.
I love that. And again, we are honored to be part of that community. We enjoy it. And so, let me zoom back out a little bit. When I think about the top 10 that Educause kind of named, right? One of the things, I think number 6, if I'm not mistaken, is meeting students where they are. So let's talk about what we both are invested in, especially in higher education. It's really the students. The faculty members, the experience there is also very important, and those are part of the customers as well for emerging technologies and systems that are enabling the faculty, but the students. If you would, can we talk a little bit about providing universal access to institutional services? What does that mean to you when you hear that?
So I love it, and I love that phrase because I used it, and I was quoted in some magazine by saying that, and I'm going to say it was before COVID, so it was probably 7 years ago at an Educause. I came in, I was doing an Educause session on virtual reality. There was a group from Europe as a part of that. We were launching with the Lenovo these huge new headsets, and then there was a futurist on the panel. So I walk into this Educause session, it's in a big room. There's over 400 people in there, standing room only. I was like, I know these people are not here. They're not here for me. Who are they here for? So I found out this futurist was really, really famous. But of all the things, one of the things they quoted, because there was a lot of press there, was what I said about we have to meet students where they are. So to hear that, and to hear that people have a good understanding about that, we've talked about that a lot here at Educause. Where they are, it's not necessarily in our brick and mortar classrooms. So there's a little bit of both.
Interesting.
You have to do both. You have the brick and mortar classrooms, but I have a student who's here now, and he's taking 18 hours, all 100% online at UTSA. So he's here. I didn't have to write any letters to his professors to say, so he will not be in your class this time. And he's brilliant. And so that's how he likes to take classes. So that's what they're talking about, is we have to get to that advanced place, whether it's with virtual reality, artificial intelligence. We've got to meet students to that point to know what it is they want, and then we've got to listen to them. One of the things I've said on several different presentations, and I've made a lot, as a program chair, I've made a lot of presentations here.
Sure.
One of the things I've told universities, I don't care who I'm speaking with, and I'll say it here, if you don't have in your IT department some type of student council, student committee coming from IT who's telling you what's going on out there with information technology, you're missing a wonderful opportunity. Those students are the heart. They know where all the places are. They know where maybe that access point isn't the greatest.
Right.
They know where maybe they need to have additional things that they need in technology. I really, really encourage, and I saw people writing this down, because a lot of them don't have, there's all kind of student organizations on campus, but why not have a student organization within your group? And we've had one for years at UTSA in our IT department, but nothing like what Kendra Ketchum has asked me to put together. She's our vice president of IT and CIO.
Right.
And so we've got a team where they meet with all of our executives. Our executives come in. We also have the SGA group. So at our last meeting, we had 5 student government association people, students, to come in and participate. Why that's important to your IT department? Because guess whose ear those students have?
Yes.
The president.
Yes.
Those students are with your president. So those are the students you want to know. You want them to be the people to tell you what's going on and what some of those next steps should be, and listen to them.
So part of the inclusion is getting the students to meet with executives at UTSA to better understand and get feedback and gather that data, analyze the data, and make better, different decisions?
And we do it twice a year. We do similar
Wow.
to what we did with you guys, a lunch and learn.
Okay.
And now that we have that group set up, when we have your next lunch and learn with us, we will invite all of them as well to come. So it would be great for you guys to get that perspective from those students as well. And they're sharp. The students are really smart.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And so that is part of the students and part of the program that is gaining access to the institutional services. What are some of the barriers for the ones that you haven't been able to reach yet? Either the underrepresented or the remote, or where are you seeing a trend where in some of the barriers there for those folks?
So here's what I see with that. It's the students who maybe do not know that these programs are available. So either it's out there, there's so much. I'm going to be honest with you, there's so much for the students. And students will tell me, oh, I didn't know about this program. So for us, it's getting the word out there. Our program is open to everyone. So even if you're a freshman, there's some places in there where you can actually, you can be an ambassador in our program. Most freshmen do not have an internship. So that's why it's called the Interns and Ambassadors program.
Okay.
But they still want to be a part. So they can start with us early. Their time, that the commitment that they give is not as large as the others, but our program is open to everyone. They go on handshake, they apply. We don't deny anyone unless we don't have a place to put them. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
If we don't have a place to put them, and I've only had to say no to one particular student because I'm going to say it was during COVID and they were in geology or something. We're like, we don't have anything going on right now at that particular time. So it's like, we just don't have a place to put you. And so the only time we will really say no to a student is if our program is filled. So, and we've gotten to the point now where the program is really getting filled every single semester. So looking at expanding it. So getting that knowledge out and having those huge banners, the Rackspace banners that we have around campus now, that has been great. I mean, we put a QR code on there. So powered by Rackspace, our Bold Careers and Ambassadors program.
I love it.
Their 6x8 banners are hanging throughout our campus in some of the highest traffic spots. So students get a chance to see that. And it's fun to pass by. I've had some students to pass by and say, hey, we saw the banners. And I told my friends, I'm in that program. So there's a lot of excitement around that.
No, I love that. And you and I both know as professionals, great ideas can come from any level at any time, whether they're freshman students, whether they're seniors, graduate students, executive MBA students, right? And so I love how UTSA is approaching that inclusion and making that kind of breaking down the barriers, getting the information out. I think that's awesome.
Let me also add another good thing, and this is good for you guys to know what the support and what you guys have done with the collaboration. We have, and I'm going to say at least a third of the students in our program, it might be more, are international students. Why? Because they cannot do internships, like paid internships or other type of internships. It's very hard for them to do that off campus because they're international students.
Right.
It is fantastic for them to have this opportunity to be a part of that program. So that's another place where when you think about, it's something people don't think about. If you're in a program and you need to have an internship, and all of a sudden, hey, I can't take a job off campus, or I can't take a paid internship off of campus, and most off-campus jobs are paid internships because they're driving to where they're going and the whole works. So that has been a challenge for those students, but they can do it through our program because it's all online.
Yeah.
It's accessible. We do have some things we ask them to come out for our student group. So they
Right.
come out and they participate in our student committee. They come out and participate for some of our cultural events and things like that. But that's 1 or 2 times a year they have to be on campus. But we actually literally do everything through online. So that way they can do their programs, they can do their internships online, and we meet with them 2 hours a week. So
Oh, wow.
there's actually that.
So they're getting
component.
interaction, they're getting follow-up,
You
they're getting
bet.
support.
You
The
bet.
faculty's investing in them.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
so that's through our program. So this is through the IT department. We actually have a Canvas site set up, just like any other course. They have to check in, they put their time, what they're working on, and their professors want the replies. We have some students who have 300 hours of
Wow.
intern work a semester. That's a 20 to 25 hour job.
So, I mean, just the unique way and creative approach for UTSA to be reaching, I call them underrepresented or marginalized or even remote, it's
Yes.
just because they just never had the access, but getting the access and those student services, the access to academic, the access to internship, all these things you guys are providing, through technology, it gets me excited as a person who's part of a technology company, Rackspace Technology. I get excited about the future. I get excited about, the freshmen, the seniors, the juniors in high school. What's
Yes.
going to be next? What's the next iteration? What's the future look like for them? And them bringing part of that with them as input, and UTSA and great institutions like UTSA being able and willing to flex, evolve, and adapt. I think that's amazing.
And you hit on a good point too with the high school students. So we work with 5 school districts in San Antonio as well. So that Bold Careers program, we have students that come on campus. We have quite a few of them that are coming in for our cyber range. We have this amazing cyber range at our School of Data Science through Simani, which is a federal program through the manufacturing and the whole works. And so it's a cyber range where there's cyber games and stuff like that. They're going to be coming on campus. We have quite a few students coming in for that. We've had them to come in to the School of Data Science for some of the data things that are going on. When we have these huge data conferences for university students, we invite a number of those students to come in for that as well. And then whenever there's tours, like I happened to be in my office the other day, and somebody gave me a text message saying, "Hey, are you here on campus?" I was like, "Yes, where are you?" "We have a group of 8th graders. Would you come over and talk to them?" They were in the building next door to me. Left my office open. I was like, nobody's coming in here. Ran over and did a presentation for them. And the young people for UTSA, our students who were doing the tour, were just shocked. They were like, wow, this lady's come over and done this tour. And it just happened to be somebody I knew. And they said, "Oh, would you come over and talk to the students about IT?" And so I go into this amazing classroom. I mean, there's some of the things they've done with the classrooms over there. I'd never been into a classroom that had been redesigned like this. So I go in, and then I find out they've got an interpreter there. So I'll have to share the photos with you. It was absolutely amazing. And those 8th graders listen, they were so interested, they're so involved in what's going on with technology because that's the life they live now.
Yes.
So we do a lot of that and invite them to come on campus, take them to the Coca-Cola E6 Arena, which is over at Six Flags. That's where our Roadrunner gaming team has their gaming stuff. So we had 150 from San Antonio Independent School District summer before last to come in from a summer camp. So in that Bold Careers program that you guys help collaborate and support, they support all of this. They do all of this work.
We're super happy and excited about being part of that. UTSA, especially esports and the things you guys are doing in that category. There's just so much that you guys are doing for this community, and now it's evident that your community is gaining traction and expanding.
Yes.
Right. And so whether it's remote, whether it's local, whether it's hybrid, right? You guys are providing an opportunity for students, and now even high school students, to come in and give some input. So I love that. I love that.
I should also add, we're also starting, and we've already started the process, a Esports Trade Association. It's a chapter here in San Antonio. So the Esports Trade Association is in Chicago, out of Chicago. They have chapters all over the country. North Texas has one. We do not have one in South Texas. So we launched that here at Educause. So we just did it in a podcast.
wow.
So we're going to be starting a chapter. So the chapter is already up and starting. And we're going to invite, it's not just universities, it's corporations. When I went up to Chicago this past July, I was surprised at the table sitting next to me. There were 3 people from Whataburger. I was like, wait, that's from San Antonio. Oh my goodness gracious. So it's corporations, it's universities. Universities are really picking up. Like the chapter, this is crazy, but the chapter for North Texas, which is Dallas and Arlington, they're doing a lot with esports up there. I mean, they've got it rocking and rolling. That particular area, their chapter is run by an attorney, believe it or not. So I was like, huh? I was like, I have to stop and remember, wow, it's a trade association. So it's across the board, universities, organizations, corporations. So we are really
community.
Excited. That's right.
Yeah, it's
and
community.
That's what it takes. And Six Flags has been a part of that for a while. So
let's switch gears a little bit. I love to share, so thank you. But I'm interested, as I think through your role, your leadership, even your peers and your leaders above. One of the other top 10 for Educause that was listed is hiring resilience. And so they mentioned recruiting and retaining IT talent under adverse circumstances, right? And so what comes to mind when we think about that number 7 on the Educause list? What comes to mind for you about hiring resiliency?
That is a tough one. And it's tough because in higher ed, our salaries don't always match what the salaries are for the corporate world. So you have to come up with many, many creative ways of keeping your staff. And so the neat thing, I think what's great for us, and I will say in UT system, we have great retirement, we have great benefits. There's a lot of things that maybe we have that a lot of universities don't have, and we still lose people, even in that kind of situation. So it's tough. It's a matter of, I think, too, having people to look at it long term. When you put a package there in front of them, look at the long term and maybe not just the money that's going to come on the table now. But also, I think one of the big things, and that's probably why this wound up on this list, is work from home. We all know what we've been hearing and seeing on the news about work from home and folks being asked to come back to the office. Before we even started, for us at UTSA, before COVID happened, we had already outsourced quite a bit of our staffing to home, because at the time we just didn't have the space. Like a lot of people in our HR division had already moved home. They had their computers and all of that stuff, even before COVID. So those people, I remember getting on the phone with some of them, working with them on some hiring things, and them saying, oh, you guys are going to love this. We've been doing this forever. And so, so that's a big one, is for in the IT area. That's a tough one to ask those folks to come back in, because a lot of them have been working from home for a while now. They can go work for another company that will allow them to continue to work at home. So why should they spend the gas money? Why should they spend the time to commute, the whole work? So that's something I think across the board, universities are going to be looking at, especially in the IT areas. You've got to have a good, strong force on campus, which we do. That has worked fantastic for us because we have people all over in different places. But you also, for those people that maybe you need to come in, like I spend a good bit of time on campus because I'm working with students. So quite obviously I'm in my office maybe a little bit more than others. So you have those kind of folks that are in that situation, and I absolutely love it. But you also have some folks that maybe you can set up work schedules where maybe they're working 3 days a week on campus and 2 days off.
More like a hybrid.
Yes,
schedule.
More of a hybrid. You've got to have a meeting in the middle. And that's something we're going to have to do in higher ed. It's very, very hard to say everybody has got to come back. All your IT people have got to come back to campus, because you get a bunch of 2 weeks notices.
Yeah, it's a huge change. But to your point, compensation, what I heard you say, is compensation is more than just the base salary.
Yes, it is. Oh my goodness,
the culture, the inclusion, all the things we talked about. Yeah, so I mean, that's it is a challenge. It's a challenge for everybody. Every partner, we've got hundreds and hundreds of partners here, on the expo floor that we're at right now for Educause. But everybody is trying to retain talent.
That's right.
Right, and so for the universities, I think to your point, that differentiator is the experience that the employee or the faculty is having, Are you investing in their self-development? Are you giving them access to something challenging that they can do a research project or do something like that? And so there's, when you think about the university, yes, salaries might be lower than comparable to commercial company, but the overall benefits, the package,
that's right,
is something to consider.
Coursework, where if you're looking to take additional degree work, get your master's, get your doctorate, we have students that have done that, and so they give you so many hours per semester that you can actually take. And I do believe, I think you only pay fees or so. So you're correct, and that's one of the things, is looking at that package, getting people to look at the true package and the benefits of that package, and getting a chance to come to places like this. We've got a large number. We have dozens of staff people, because it's here in San Antonio.
Right.
Many of those people, and I've taken photos with them all over the place here, they're so excited because they've never been to Educause before. So they're now able to step out, they're part of that 40%, and look at what we've been missing.
Right.
So, and I've already had folks to say, I've got to figure this out for next year. I want to do this. And I talked about the fact that Educause has some scholarships. There are scholarships in other places too, where you can go out and look for funding. You start early, so that way when the time comes around, if your department doesn't have that money for you, you can go out and get that kind of funding. But to be able to do something like this, just looking at their smiling faces, and for the ones it's their first time, it's just been an absolute joy for me. That's what you talk about, the village. It's like your kids, the people that you work with, and especially the younger folks that are coming in and moving up that pipeline, to see them enjoy this. It's just been, I think that's been one of my greatest pleasures here.
Well, I've met people from all over the U.S. this time around at Educause, and other countries, and so for me, it's personally been really, really awesome to meet and greet and really share and network and kind of, to your point, build the community and kind of stretch that out a little bit for us. And so Rackspace Technology is super proud about being part of Educause 2024. We're very humble about being great partners with UTSA, and I want to thank you for your time today. I know you're crazy busy. I know Educause has got you on a tight schedule, but it means a lot for you to take your time to come sit down with me and have a conversation and share the thought leadership that you have with me today. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Great partner.
Thank you. I'll tell you, I'm wearing the this is the hot commodity. I don't know if you've seen this one.
Yes, it is. I have seen those walking around.
And so we have been doing t-shirt drops here at the booth. This is kind of the Rackspace rock and roll. It has all of the Texas universities on the back instead of locations. And I just want to offer that to you a little bit as a small gift from me as well.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, this is fantastic. I love it. I love it.
So next year, Educause is where?
Nashville.
It's
going
Tennessee.
to be in Nashville, Tennessee, in the new convention center. Because I asked that question, I said, where are we doing this in Nashville? Is it going to be in the place that's covered there? I've been to conventions there too, and that's nice. They said, oh no, Nashville has a brand new convention center. So it is going to be in the Nashville Convention Center, and I plan to be there. So
Rackspace plans to be there as well.
Well, great partner.
Yes, well, thank you. So listen, from the day 2, the afternoon, we're getting ready to close out the expo floor here at Educause 2024. And again, Dr. Kenon from UTSA, thank you so much for joining us. You guys take care. Appreciate your time.